Welcome everybody out. Welcome also to the listeners of the podcast and everybody that's joined this evening. Online training tonight. We're talking about jargon, understanding doTERRA terms. So acronyms, lingos, the jargons. You run into all these sorts of things in big, wonderful organizations like this, and I thought it would just be very helpful for everybody doing the business, especially people who are new, to understand all these different terms. We're also going to talk about compliant language. Sometimes when we hear claims that are made, it's hard to understand, what that means. And so, without further ado, some of these, is everybody? Sorry, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to welcome everyone here. We have people from New Zealand and Australia and from the USA. So, really grateful that you're here and you represent a lot of our friends that are not here. And Benjamin, he used to be a lawyer, and he really helps me understand these things. And doTERRA has asked him to teach compliance at our leadership retreat 2 years ago. And it was awesome. So I learned so much from him. So this is going to be great for you guys too.
Okay. So I don't know if you recognize any of these terms on here: NFR, OV, IPC. If not, that's all right. We're gonna go through some of them, and hopefully this will be helpful to everybody listening as well. So the thing is, we have acronyms. Acronyms are just not just abbreviations, but for like CPTG for Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. Different lingos, terms that we use, jargon, and compliant language. Compliant basically means in doTERRA and other wellness organizations, when you are selling a product that is supposed to be used for health purposes, there are certain claims you're allowed to make and certain claims you're not allowed to make. For instance, you can't say use this essential oil to cure your cancer or to treat your cancer. The government regulates what claims you are allowed to make. And so we say rather things like, here, this will support your cellular health, which with strong cellular health, you'll be able to deal with your cancer. Those sorts of things. That's compliant language. And so sometimes it seems a bit interesting. So,
if we get worried, we get scared and we don't share it at all. We don't say the right things, but we'll explain how to say it so you can be confident.
Yeah, so we'll cover a little bit of compliance today. And you're free to ask questions, those of you who have joined us tonight. So I'll just give you a little bit of background. This last week, so we have a website called jadebaldwin.com. It has a lot of information about essential oils. And one of the things about having a website and selling doTERRA is doTERRA's policy that you need to get the website approved. So you just go through a process. You say, "This is our website." Anyways, that was way back when we set up the website. And from time to time, they'll look at your website and make sure that all the language on there is compliant. So we got an email this last week saying that there's a few things that we needed to change on our website. And it was a bit of a long email. My initial reaction was, "Oh, wow. This is great, actually." They've looked at it, and this is go in there and change. And this is pretty easy to do. I was really grateful that someone at doTERRA took some time to help us make sure that our site has compliant language. And we were able to make all those changes, and now the site is 100% compliant, which really feels really good. Because a lot of the training that you find on doTERRA.com in terms of compliance, the sort of claims you can make about products, is not a lot there. And so it got us to thinking, and when you change some things, like instead of saying use this essential oil for a headache, you would say use this for head or neck tension. So
I did
so it
my
may
best,
not make a lot of sense.
And I thought doTERRA will help me figure it out if I mess up.
Yep. So those are the sort of things you would see in print or online. But when it comes to your classes, you feel a lot more free to say things like headache and tell stories about what oils you're using.
This is not
Treatment
recorded.
of that's not why. Yeah, that's just their policy. So, okay. All right. So we're going to get into some examples tonight. And I'm going to stop sharing the screen and we'll talk about different terms. First one up on is aromatic. So I'm going to ask Alexis, someone that's kind of been newly exposed to doTERRA. Do you know what aromatic means? Is that?
I don't know. Is it like scent or smell? Flavor?
Exactly. It does. Yeah. And that's my feeling too. Someone who's been in doTERRA for a long time, these are words that, we understand already. Yes, Eleanor.
No, it's all right. I'm just waving at Tash. Sorry.
So aromatic. We always teach people there's 3 ways to take essential oils: aromatically, or breathing it in. So you can put a diffuser on, you can breathe it in. Topically, which means you're putting it on your skin and it's seeping through your skin and getting into your bloodstream and giving you all sorts of good benefits. Or internally, which means you can take it. Only certified pure therapeutic grade essential oils should be taken internally, because a lot of us, I would say 90 to 95% of essential oils on the market are synthetically produced and should not be taken internally.
Yeah. So what Ben is saying is, when you share essential oils with people, when you say, hey, use that aromatically, don't assume that people know what that means.
Yep.
Okay.
So we have, and just some proof here that, people who are brand new to the world of essential oils, that word is used a little bit differently than we use it, in other in the regular world, not essential oil world. So I'm going to go through a few of these terms. I might actually, would it be helpful to see this list here? Actually, I'll ask, and you guys can pipe up. If not, I'll tell you what has anybody heard the term aromatic dressing?
Like the mayonnaise dressing, that kind of thing?
No. So this is it's a trend that started in doTERRA, and basically when you get up in the morning, you take a shower, and before you put your clothes on, you take a blend of essential oils of your choice, and you rub it all over. You dress yourself in essential oils. It's a really great idea. Lots of women really love this, where they're dressing themselves in essential oils before they get on to their day. Yep. Aroma touch technique. You might be familiar with the aroma touch blend, which is a massage blend. But have you heard of the aroma touch technique?
Touch technique. I had a massage about 5 years ago. Is it a massage?
It's a massage. Aroma touch massage. That's right.
Therapy.
Yeah, it's applying essential oils and using touch, so there's no muscle manipulation. But it's aromatherapy. It's done on your back and on your feet. So that's aroma touch massage. And sometimes that's abbreviated ATT, which is not the American telephone company. It's a aroma touch technique. So sometimes when you run into those acronyms, I'm a bit confused. A lot of times we refer to builders in doTERRA, and those are people who are, doing doTERRA as a business, where they're introducing people, and through the compensation system, they're able to.
That's what I'm interested in. Yes.
Yeah, and that's why you're here tonight.
I'm interested in making money. Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
I've done business. I want business. Yes.
So, and that's what they call them. They call them builders, sharers. Sometimes they'll call them, or wellness advocates, which is another term. A wellness advocate is someone who is basically a product consultant. And there's 2 memberships that you can have in doTERRA. It's a wellness advocate. That's a distributor, someone who can actually introduce and sign up other people. Or you can have a wholesale customer. A wholesale customer is just someone that can buy products at wholesale prices, but is not able to actually sign someone up. They have to then click a button to convert their account to a wellness advocate before they can sign someone up.
So they're like online buying with a discount?
That's right, online buying with a discount. And if they wanted to then sign someone up and get credit for introducing that person, all they'd have to do is go ahead and membership. There's no extra fee to pay. Just convert their membership to a wholesale wellness advocate. And in certain countries, you'll have to put in your tax ID number so that
in the US,
all the reporting can be done properly. And voila, they can sign people up. So those are two new terms, wholesale customer and wellness advocate. There used to be a preferred member that's since been done away with. But if you ever run into that term, it was just a once upon a time type of membership, kind of like wholesale customer. Okay. CPT.
Sorry, do I have to sign a form each time I want to do business in other countries?
Nope. You have one account. You can go anywhere in the world. In fact,
anyone from anywhere around the world can join you.
That's right. We have people in, 10 different countries on our team.
11,
yeah.
Oh, cool.
They just need one account, and you can go anywhere. Whatever country you have your account in, you can receive pay in those dollars. And if you move to another country, you just move your account. There's a form for that.
And is it direct credited, not checks? Direct credited?
You can.
It can be direct debited. I think that's the choice you have there. And actually, outside the United States, you may also have the option to be paid in U.S. dollars. They set up a ProPay account, so it's like a prepaid credit card. We pay in U.S. dollars.
That's all the technical. You'll figure it out. doTERRA will help you with that.
There's just lots of options for you.
But you're in New Zealand, you get paid New Zealand dollars. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get back to some of these terms. CPTG, you'll hear a lot in doTERRA. This is what sets doTERRA apart. It means two things. First, that the oils are certified pure.
Yep. So that's what I was going to say. You're going to say it out.
Yep. Certified pure therapeutic grade. So the first thing is that the oils are certified pure. That means they don't have any contaminants, additives, solvents, or anything else in there that the plant itself hasn't produced. The second thing, and it has only been produced by a plant, I should say. The second thing is that it's therapeutic grade. These are two different things. You'll run into people that say, oh, I get my oils, and they say 100% pure on them. But that's only half the battle. The second thing is therapeutic grade. It has to be therapeutic as well. You can grow, for instance, lavender in almost any part of the world. But the lavender grown in certain areas under certain climates and harvested at the right time in the right way give the highest therapeutic value. So we'll have the right amount of compounds in that essential oil to give you a lot more therapeutic value, meaning if you're taking lavender to get better sleep at night, having lavender from that source geographically is going to do a lot better job than having lavender produced in your backyard, for instance. Mm-hmm. So that's a very important thing. So not only does it need to be pure, but it has to be sourced, meaning they have to get it from the right area, from the right growers to have the highest therapeutic value.
So can I say something about that? If we have very, very pure essential oils, then there's no proteins in there, so nobody can be allergic to it. Because people are allergic to things with proteins. So there's no proteins in there, so there's no worry about that. So that's really important that we're sharing oils that it's not going to hurt people.
Yep, so that's CPTG. So you'll run into that quite often with doTERRA. That's the thing that sets doTERRA apart from any other essential oil company in the world, and probably the thing that has made it grow to a multi-billion-dollar company in less than 8 years.
Yep, so you guys are business builders, so we'll tell you that no other company has hit $1 billion in about 6 years besides Apple. And so doTERRA and Apple are awesome. Okay, so the other network marketing company that hit $1 billion earliest in history was another company. I won't mention their name, but it was 14 years for them. So this says something about doTERRA.
It did take Apple a lot longer than.
Yeah, they their goal is to have an oil in every home. So you might as well have people under you, because there's going to be oil in every home. That's our goal.
And when you quote your figures, are they US figures or Australian figures or New Zealand figures? All US figures? Okay.
Yep. Okay. The next term that we want to define is doTERRA. Where does doTERRA get its name? Anybody know what doTERRA stands for in Latin?
I know terra is land, isn't it?
Yes.
Terra looks like land.
Yeah. It means of the earth. doTERRA, out of the earth.
So gift of the earth.
Gift of the earth. Yep.
Ah, okay.
So that's where the word doTERRA comes
so
from.
People ask, now.
Gift of the earth. Okay.
Yep. Some of these terms require a little bit of explanation. But I think it's good. You'll get a little bit of maybe more information than you probably. But it's good to give you just a background in the back of your head. There is also a term called double diamond, and for someone just joining doTERRA, they don't, that's kind of weird. Double diamond. It's actually doTERRA back in 2013. Because there's so many people that are representing doTERRA and sharing it, so many certificates, they reach the top rank pretty quickly. And then the question was, well, what do they do now?
What next?
So what doTERRA said, there's no cap on how much you can earn. So if you reach the highest rank, they then allow you to create a second account and build that up. So you can become diamond, presidential diamond, and double presidential diamond, triple presidential diamond. So it is possible within this company to multiply your business ad infinitum.
And do you keep your same name under your same name?
Yep. Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yep.
And realistically, how long to get to presidential diamond?
It depends on how much effort and time you put into it. Some people have gotten there within, a few years.
Yep. So one lady, she got there, and she's not the fastest either, but she got there in 2 years and 2 months, 3 months. She set a goal to do 2 years and 2 months, but she got there in 2 years and 3 months. Amazing.
And some people may take them.
What's the fastest?
The fastest for diamond was 53 days.
50. And what's for the highest one? Do you know the fastest for the highest?
That was the highest. So I think, I'm not quite sure, but we had a few people hit there within a couple of years. Okay, so it's really amazing. But, they work around the clock. They work very smart. They've got websites and, they've got systems down. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of opportunity there. I'll just give you, since we're on the topic, I'll just give you an idea of, doTERRA is very generous with their compensation. So you can download this from Jade's website as well, or Share Success website. So you're looking at presidential diamond. The average income that they're earning is $112,000.
This is important. Why don't we put it up there, honey? Is that okay?
Oh no, I'll just read it up.
I can hear you. Yep.
Yep. The average income for a presidential diamond is $112,000 a month.
Per month. Okay, cool. That's US. Okay.
Yep. The next rank down is blue diamond. The average income for a blue diamond is $38,000 per month.
Nice.
And for a diamond, the average income is $17,000 per month. And you can check on doTERRA's website. They actually they're required to report how many people and what percentage of people reach that rank
that year. And
it's very generous compared to many.
You're welcome to watch our videos. We talked about this a few times too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So it's possible, and it's really good to see so many of our friends also achieving. Jade was a school teacher. I was a lawyer in Australia, and we've retired to do this because it has a big, bright future.
So the other day, Ben was out there by the pool. He was working out, and it was noon. And our friends were like, "Oh, did you have a day off?" And Ben's
just work at home.
No, I work at home.
We do travel and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. I'm going to go on to the next term here is enroller. So I like to talk about this term, enroller and sponsor together. Enroller means the person who introduced the person who signed up to doTERRA. A sponsor is where that person is placed on their membership tree, on their network tree. So when you sign someone up, there is a form you fill out online that has this place for enroller and sponsor. The enroller is the person who introduced the person to doTERRA.
That person gets the compensation.
Both of them will get commission, but it determines what type is paid to what person.
The immediate commission will go to the enroller.
Yeah, and that's probably a subject for another discussion.
No, I have to say that because I had a teammate just recently enrolled and she did it wrong.
Yeah.
And she got really upset with herself.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, the enroller, if you have talked to that person, you introduced that person, you did the work, you are the enroller.
Yep. So, but to remember, what you need to remember for right now is you're the person who took them through the sign-up process. You introduced them, you signed them up, and the enroller also enters their details and signs them up, sets up their account. The sponsor is who the enroller chooses to put that person under. That's a sponsor. So if you're filling out a form for someone, you should be the enroller, and the sponsor is wherever you want to put them on your membership tree.
Yeah, we have videos in this too.
Yeah, don't worry if you don't get it right now. Just know that there's those two different terms to watch out for.
Oh, so do you do it after they've joined up with you?
As you're joining them up, when you sign them up, you get to choose where you want them on your team.
Well, now I just thought I just click on Eleanor's website, and then that I can just send that website to all my friends around the world. I wasn't going to talk to them.
So if you click on Eleanor's website, it automatically populates Eleanor as the enroller.
Yes.
And then Eleanor will be able to choose who's the sponsor.
Oh, I see. So when I do it with all my friends around the world, because I'm not going to the countries, because I'm not going to go to those countries.
You would send yours.
I just send them my website when I get it, and they just do the same thing. And then after they've joined, then I can move them around.
Yep.
That's right.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yep.
If you're a smart builder, you will take that information and you will put it in by yourself. Okay, with them there. If I'm videoing you and I'm like, okay, tell me your details, Tash, or tell me your details, Lisa, because I know where you're going to go next.
Yeah.
Okay, exactly there. Because if I make a boo-boo, I have one chance to move you again. But if you're on my front line and then I need to move you and then I change my mind, you're stuck.
Yeah. So not only does it provide a good service to the person you're signing up to fill out the form for them, but it also reduces the amount of error in the process.
I've had people mix the numbers.
You
can send them your website. That's one way to do it.
Yep.
But probably the best practice is to do it for them. Just get their details.
With each person.
Not everybody.
Well, you got to realize you are you are building a network, and so if you're just filling out a form, just their contact details and purchase details for to set up their account. As you fill out that form, they'll join and they'll sign up their own people. Mm-hmm. So you don't we have thousands of people on our team, but we haven't put in thousands of people. We put in the people that we've signed up, and the people that we've signed up have signed up people. So we could have 100,000 people on our team, but we would only have signed up,
I signed up about 100 people.
A portion of those people.
So what we're saying is you are welcome to send your website to everybody else all over the world, and they can sign up on there. And you can organize later if you feel like. But it's best to know where you're organizing, because doTERRA pays you many, many times more just for organizing properly. Okay, and that's another day's conversation. If you watch our compensation video, you get that. Okay, but we've had people sign up on their own, and then we have to find a place for them. That's what we've done.
Yep.
Okay.
So that, in our experience, that's the best practice.
Yeah.
And it'll probably save you work in the long run.
Because we don't want people all over the place and not organized.
Hey.
Yeah, you'll get it when you watch the compensation. Eleanor will walk through it with you.
Okay.
Okay. Some other terms that we've run into that have been a bit perplexing. FCO. Does anybody know what FCO is?
Financial something?
Doesn't have to do with money at all.
Fractionated.
Fractionated coconut oil. I looked at this for the longest time. I'm like, what is FCO? So for those that are new to essential oils, because we do realize there are a lot of people listening to that will be listening to this podcast later on. Fractionated coconut oil is one of the best ways and easiest ways to dilute essential oils as you apply them topically. But it's used in a lot of recipes, and sometimes it's abbreviated. And if you don't know the abbreviation, it can be quite confusing. So
Yeah.
Another one, GAC, is Global Access. You can get doTERRA anywhere in the world, but doTERRA is only on the ground in, say, like 20 countries. So for those countries, like Vietnam, for instance, we have some friends that have signed up in Vietnam. They just have to set up a global access account, which means that their products are first sent to a third country or from the US to them, because they don't have any local shipping. So, but that's GAC.
I'm going to repeat that. If they are from Vietnam, for example.
Living in Vietnam,
yeah, living in Vietnam, they will just have to have an American address that would forward the oils to their Vietnamese address.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I don't know how Tonga is and other places around the world. They probably have to do the same.
Yeah.
But there's a shipping companies that would forward it automatically
Yep.
for you.
Yes. They do that on eBay. Yep, eBay does that. Yes.
Until that country has enough volume and doTERRA says, I have to have an office there. That's all. Okay, we're just letting you know that there's an option, but you hear it, you know what it means.
Yeah.
But then here you can.
There's always a possibility. Just know there are ways to get oils to anybody in the world.
Do a search on the website and you'll see.
Okay. Sometimes doTERRA will have events from time to time. One is called Get to Know doTERRA.
This is for the Aussies.
Yep. Sometimes I've seen that abbreviated GTKD, which was very confusing.
Yeah.
Also, in some of your literature, you might run across the acronym IPC. IPC stands for Independent Product Consultant, and it is a term that they used to use for wellness advocate. Mm-hmm. So if you ever run into IPC, there you go. Whenever they refer to someone as a leader in doTERRA, that's someone who's usually reached the rank of silver and above, because they start getting paid leadership bonus for leading a big team, because a lot of their role in that rank and above is teaching other people how to do the business. And
is that a number thing? Is it based on number of people?
It's based on volume and structure.
Okay.
Yep. So you have to have, to be a silver, you have to have 3 elites, and each elite leg has 3,000 organizational volume, or OV. And that's one of the next terms here.
Organizational volume. Okay.
Yep, there's 3 ways to count volume, and every product that you buy has a point value associated with it. It's roughly equal to $1 per point. I'm talking about US dollar, Australian dollar. And so you got personal volume. That's how many points you have in your order or for your whole month. That's abbreviated PV. You have organizational volume. That's you and everybody under you.
And everyone, yeah.
For a whole month. That's everybody's points added together. And you have it's called group volume or team volume. And that's you and everybody on your front line. Those 3 ways of looking at volume are used to calculate your commission.
So they're 3 different types. So are they 3 different checks, or are they just all added as one?
It's all the same points. It's just counting either yours or yours in your front line or yours in your whole organization.
Okay.
So tonight we're just talking about the terms. Okay. So OV, PV, and TV. Just things to look out for.
Okay. Just the terms.
Yeah. And other nights we'll talk about all the compensation.
LRP, you didn't say that.
LRP. Oh.
You just,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
LRP, that's an important one. LRP, anybody tell us what LRP stands for?
Something.
Yeah. Loyalty Rewards Program.
Oh, okay.
Loyalty Rewards Program.
Everyone needs an LRP of 100 PV to qualify for commission.
Yep. So there's lots of benefits for LRP, but that's one acronym that you'll run into.
A lot.
Yep.
Okay.
We mentioned the possibility of having, once you reach Diamond and Presidential Diamond, opening another account. That is called M1 account. Just a term you might run into.
So, yeah.
MLM means multi-level marketing.
Oh, yeah.
And NFR, this is something specifically that you'll see in overseas markets like Australia, New Zealand, is not for resale. Sometimes when you buy your products, you can buy them either out of the, like for instance in Australia, you can buy them out of the local warehouse from Australia, or you can buy them out of the US warehouse. And they're labeled and packaged accordingly. Like the products bought out of the Australian warehouse will have the trade names for Australia and packaging requirements that fit Australia.
So if you buy Slim and Sassy from the US, it's not for resale. But if you buy Smart and Sassy from Australia, you can resell it.
Yep.
Same oils.
Yep. So they just call it NFR or OTG. Mm-hmm. So one thing to look at when you are signing someone up in an overseas country, that's the first question that they'll ask you when you go to the form is, do you want to set up OTG order or an NFR order? And there's a little bit of an explanation there that tells you, basically it's asking you whether you want to buy your products out of the US or buy them out of Australia. Right now, well, you can get all the products from the US and most of the products from Australia. So depending on what products you want to purchase. So. Yep. Okay. So the next, these are a lot of terms. Just don't worry if it's a lot. There's actually this list on the website. The next one is product of the month. Sometimes I've seen POM and scratch my head. I'm like, what is POM? Is that some type of candy or something? POM is product of the month. You get a free product every month just by placing your order. It has to be 125 PV or more before the 15th of the month, and you get a free product. And it's usually worth anywhere between $20 or $40, would you say?
About $20.
Yep. So there you go, free product. That's on top of your 25% discount. And if you've been putting a loyalty reward order in every month for at least 13 months, that's another 30%. So that's 55% plus a free product. Plus, if you have any other promotions going on, basically like giving you free things every month.
It's really cool.
It's really cool. So you want people to know about that. POM, product of the month. Okay. Retail customer. That's just someone who buys direct from you and pays the retail price. So they can either pay the wholesale price if they have a wholesale membership, or they can buy it direct from you, whether through a little website link that you set up, or whether through directly from you and just handing you the cash and you giving them the product. So it's retail.
So you guys don't worry about remembering all of it. The list is on the website.
I'll share with you the list.
If you run into a term that you don't know, go ahead and look.
So this is I put it together. It's called doTERRA Dictionary. So if you ever run into a term you don't know, you can get in here and look at all these terms.
It's like learning a new language.
Some of it's going to be a bit different. So systems, those are all the tools that you use, the handouts and stuff that you use to teach people about essential oils. We've already gone over team volume, topically TV.
Hey, Tash.
Virtual office is your back office. So you log into your account to make purchases, and you click on, there's other tabs there where you could see your team, That's called the virtual office. So if you ever hear that in any of the training, that's what that's referring to. We talked about wellness advocate, welcome letters, something you send out to new people, and wholesale customer. We've talked about those. So that's it. That's the list I came up with. I don't know if anybody thought of any others that are not on there.
A lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. So I wanted to go over some compliant language. As I was talking about before, sometimes you'll hear things in doTERRA that or different ways of saying things compliantly. So I've put a list together for you. I thought this was the most helpful information for helping you share essential oils, and also doing so in a compliant way.
I have never seen a list like this anywhere. So, you know, you think, oh, how will I say it? You know, put it online properly.
Yeah.
So Ben gathered it all up and made.
So I'll just go through a few of these because I know we've already gone through a list of stuff. Antidepressant. So you can't say this treats or this is used for as an antidepressant. Because some oils, they do have antidepressant qualities, but rather than saying the word antidepressant, saying reduces feelings of self-doubt, reduces feelings of sadness.
Just plug it in.
Yep.
Where you want to put the word antidepressant.
Anti-infectious, you would say germ-destroying or purifying quality. Anti-inflammatory, reduces puffiness, inflammation, or water retention. I'll just skip down a few of these. Anxiety, you would say anxious feelings, emotions, or tension. Arthritis, supports cartilage and joint function. Blood pressure. Blood pressure is an okay term to talk about, but you just need to make sure that we're talking about maintaining an already healthy blood pressure.
Blood level.
Blood level, yeah. So if people have problems with blood pressure, they should talk to their health professional. But if they want to maintain healthy levels of blood pressure, there are some fantastic essential oils that will help them do that.
What about headache? That's a funny one.
Yeah, the headache's one you got to look to. We did have a post on Jade's website all about the different types of headaches, and now it talks about different types of head or neck tension. So talking about headaches, if you're putting anything in, like on your website or something like that, if you're preparing anything in print or if you're teaching a class, you can say the word headache. Otherwise, if it's, you know, something that you're going to go on a website or on a YouTube video or something, head or neck tension. So just so when you hear these things, if you go onto doTERRA's website, it will say, you know, like past tense used to alleviate head or neck tension. And you wonder, like, what does that mean? Well, this is what it means. So
back here and go,
you can use this list in reverse. Alleviate or mend or relieve. So instead of saying this will improve the healing process or this will help you heal from this, this will alleviate, mend, or relieve joint pain. Something like that. Instead of saying arthritis, you say joint pain. Except for saying pain, discomfort. So yeah. With cancer, use along with better dietary and exercise programs can contribute to disease prevention and better health. So we have a post here about cancer and what essential oils to use for cancer. And basically, it's like what everybody else does. You know, you just try to get your body as healthy as possible so it can deal with the cancer. So you use essential oils to help, you know, boost your cellular health, to help boost your immunity, along with, you know, a healthy diet and regular exercise to increase your level of health so that your body's best able to deal with cancer. But yeah, what they're saying is you don't want to say, use this for cancer, because it sounds like you're making a promise to people if you take Yes, it will cure your cancer. We have had lots of people we've helped with essential oils that had a diagnosis of cancer in the beginning. In the end, were cancer-free. But we're required to say, this, and that's what we say to people. Not just that we're required, but that's how it should be represented.
We're not going to promise people because it's up to them how they eat and how they feel and think inside.
Yes.
Under deliver.
Just I guess an idea out there, or so when it comes to Facebook, for example, what I do personally is I don't promise anything, but I share my testimony. So this helps, but I don't. That's okay, right?
Yeah. Yep. And it's all from context. So but for the most part, if you're sharing stories, that's encouraged. Facebook is free reign. You say whatever you want on Facebook, except making disease claims. You can't say this will cure your disease. That's not proper. Because, we all believe that your body is the actual thing that you just get your body to the healthiest state and support your body's ability. Yeah. So when you're talking about injury, for instance, soreness, aches, or discomfort, migraine is, again, head or neck tension. Pain, discomfort, soreness, swelling, puffiness. Treating and treatment is the same as healing or healer. To alleviate, ease, mend, or relieve. Tumors is the same thing as cancer. You just use essential oils. The best one to use is EDR Prime, by the way. Along with, dietary program and exercise to get your body to the best health possible. Wart. Unfortunately, oregano is the best essential oil to use to treat warts. And they don't really want us to say wart, refer to warts. Wart is a type of skin blemish or imperfection. It's also a bit of a virus. Oregano is a perfect essential oil to use on that. And so if you see skin blemish or skin imperfections, it may mean something like a wart. Could also mean like a scar or an injury or something.
A hemorrhoid.
I skipped these ones. Flu or cold. That's often referred to as seasonal or environmental threats. So I'm just going to pop on doTERRA's website, and I'll show you what we mean by these types of, and this is why we wanted to do this like this. So let's go to essential oils and proprietary blends. Let's look at one of these. I'd like to look at On Guard now. So if I bring up one of these essential oils, this is a great way to find information. But doTERRA is a very conservative company, and they say everything perfectly according to the law. And so it leads a little bit of, it leads us to go out there and explain to people what this actually means. So it says here, On Guard, that's a protective blend. Supports healthy immune and respiratory function. So if someone has a cold or a flu, you would say, you have a cold or a flu, you probably want to boost your immunity. On Guard is a perfect oil to take to help boost your immunity naturally. Protects against environmental threats. By environmental threats, they mean things like cold, flu, or microorganism, bacteria, those types of threats. Supports body's natural antioxidant defenses. Antioxidants, one of the words they asked us to remove from our site.
Yeah, that's right.
That just means cleansing, purifying, right? Promotes healthy circulation. That's something that's all of, well, here they say supports the body's natural antioxidant defenses. So you can always talk about a healthy person and remaining healthy. When it comes to talking about sick people, that's the domain of, like, unfortunately, that's the domain legally of doctors and hospitals.
So it's like the
So it's always good to refer to, like refer to everything in the positive. Like if someone's sick, you say, "Oh, this will help you stay well," or something like that.
So if you're talking and you're staying on the well side and you don't go over to the sick side, then that works. So do you have much more, honey? Because it's almost time.
That's it. So that's our list of jargon and all the different words that you run into doTERRA. That's a comprehensive list. I hope that didn't bore you guys, but was informative. We did touch on a lot of subjects with doTERRA, and we have lots of other training to cover those subjects in detail. Does anybody have any questions on any of those? Was that helpful?
Yes.
Okay. You can always revisit that list. Just search for dictionary on jadebolden.com. And
especially when you have a website of your own.
Okay.
You want to
you can put that there. Yeah, copy and paste it.
So we can end the recording and then help you guys with your individual questions. Yep.
Well, thank you everybody for coming in.
Thank
Those
you
who
so
are
much.
listening to this podcast, because we know there are lots and lots of people who are listening to this.
Thank you
Can't
for
be
listening.
here. Yep. Bye-bye.